procedures.
It's obvious he's in a motorcycle club. Death Knight's appropriate. Yeah, the outlaw gang out of the East Village. Drug running, prostitution, contract killing. This guy's name is Clyde Van Dyne. Well, Clyde, you pissed somebody off. Rival gang? Or payback?
How many other innocent people like me did you set up?
There's no law against what I did.
You almost put her in jail for life. Now, when they raided your lab, they found the bookkeeper. Brady wasn't your first customer.
There are at least a dozen people standing trial or already in prison for crimes that they didn't commit because of your fabricated DNA.
It's nothing personal. It's so easy. Any biology undergraduate can do it. It's a whole new world. Guess your free ride is over.
In this episode of Law & Order Special Victims Unit, we saw Detective Stabler standing in the middle of an active crime scene, and then towards the end of the show, we saw Detective Stabler in an interrogation room questioning a suspect. Most detectives wouldn't usually be in the middle of an active crime scene. That's one of the major inaccuracies that was depicted. Because if they were in the middle of an active crime scene, they're not crime scene investigators. They could inadvertently contaminate evidence. The article by Liederbach and Fritzer and Womack called Detective Workload and Opportunities for Increased Productivity in Criminal Investigations states that findings from the RAND report that are directly concerned with detective workload can be summarized in 3 parts. First, less than half of all reported serious crimes receive any serious consideration by an investigator. That is, most cases are immediately suspended for lack of evidence before detective work on them. Second, detectives spend about 45% of their time performing activities that are not directed at solving a particular case, including administrative work and general surveillance. Third, the remaining 55% of their time is primarily consumed by the following activities. 1. Preparing cases for prosecution. 2. Reviewing reports and documenting the case file. And 3. Attempting to locate and interview victims. Overall, detectives were found to spend about 93% of their shift time on activities that did not lead directly to solving a particular case.
Found her tied to the bed, and she told him the attacker forced her inside, wore a sailor's uniform.
Right, it's Pan American Fleet Week. All those Navy boys in town.
Yeah, well, EMS took her over to Mercy. She's out of ICU, still in serious condition. Yeah, they said he poured ammonia in her eyes, trying to blind her.
Neighbors didn't hear anything.
Probably you're just lying.
Ma, do you think my friend could handle another night of party? Not too many girls.
Tô ainda é cedo, cara.
So last night, what is this?
You're going away party.
In this episode of Law & Order Special Victims Unit, we see Detective Benson standing in the middle of an active crime scene, and this time Detective Benson actually picks up a piece of evidence herself. The crime scene unit had not processed the evidence first or gathered it themselves. In reality, that would be breaking protocol, and that evidence could possibly be thrown out because they didn't follow procedure. And then we see Detective Benson participating in the arrest of the suspect towards the end of the show. The article by Cynthia A. Brown called Divided Loyalties, Ethical Challenges for America's Law Enforcement in Post-9/11 America states that since 9/11, America has experienced an arguably dangerous, weakening of the traditional separation between these two occupations. In conclusion, I hope that my video has helped to inform you on how crime dramas have inaccurately portrayed the duties of crime scene investigators and detectives, and how these inaccurate portrayals of the truth have a negative effect upon the public. Thank you very much for watching my presentation. Have a wonderful day. The article by Court Butler and Hartshorn called "Watching the Detectives, Crime Programming, Fear of Crime, and Attitudes About the Criminal Justice System" states that fear of crime entirely mediated by the relationship between watching non-fictional television crime programs and support for the criminal justice system. The more fearful people were, the less supportive they were of the ability of the criminal justice system to deal with crime. This indicates that viewing non-fictional documentary programs about crime serves as infotainment function. These shows provide information about criminal events but can contribute to the idea that crime in the United States is out of control. Moreover, these shows also provide information on the challenges faced by the criminal justice system to deal with crime swiftly and fairly, all within an entertainment context that amplifies fear for dramatic effect.